Module 1, they're learning all about some basic safety. The number one cause of accidents is falls in the construction industry, right? It's one of the big four. There's falls, electrocution is one of them. So we're going to be talking about ladders. Ladders are one of the main causes for falls because you're working on a high surface. They're not secured to anything. They can slide around, they can move around. People use them wrongly, and it's easy to have an accident. So we have 3 different ladders here. They're different types. I'm going to show you the basics of using each one's safety. And so, first off, we're going to go off this is a 4-foot step ladder or A-frame ladder. They call it A-frame because it looks like a capital letter A. When using one of these ladders, you never want to use it like this. This is an OSHA approved to hit up against. That's not safe. This ladder isn't designed to do that. It's designed to be opened up, and when it's open, you make sure these are fully locked into place. If they're not, it can cause your ladder to wobble. It won't be a steady surface. So make sure both sides are locked into place. These ladders can be 4 foot, and they go all the way up to, I think I see a 20 footer. They can get really big. And so these small ladders, it's easy to want to violate the rules. And so the rule is, if you can see here, has do not step above this one. So you should not be standing on the top rung or on the very top of the ladder. You should never do that. You always should be 2 down from the top. That's standard for all ladders, and that's just because you're off balance and it's easy to do that. These short ladders, it's easy to break because you're not that far up off the ground. You're like, I can do it, and that's when accidents happen. You're standing on the top and you lean to one side, and it's easy to rock the ladder up. So make sure you're following the rules. If you need to get taller, don't be unsafe. Just go get the next size ladder up, right? Make sure you're staying safe. On an A-frame ladder, they are not designed to walk on the backside. These are just to keep your legs straight. These are not to be slid on. So it's a 1-person ladder. You don't have a person on both sides, and you never climb up the backside. They do make special A-frame ladders that are designed to be climbed up on both sides, but in general, the backside is only there for support, not for you to step on. Whenever you're using an A-frame ladder, lots of times you're moving one of these around, especially when you get a ladder that's a little bit taller than your head. Don't be leaving your tools up in the top part. If you put a hammer on the top, you climb down, you go to move your ladder, that hammer can fall on someone's head or your own head. I've had it happen. So don't put tools or fasteners along the top because they're probably going to fall over. So this is a standard A-frame ladder or step ladder. We also have this ladder. This is a combination ladder. It's called the Little Giant King Combo. This ladder is really cool. Very similar in that you can use it as a step ladder. It locks into place. Move this guy out of the way. Locks into place as a step ladder, A-frame ladder. There is no support here, just different design. You'll know it's locked in when you hear it click. So you hit the side button on the side, and it clicks into place, and now you have a nice step ladder. Again, going it up. You never want to go above this one, because you can still be pretty balanced here. I can rest my knees on the ladder, and I can move around. If you go up taller, you don't have that support for your knees, and it's easy to get off balance. Again, if you need a taller ladder, get a taller one. You hear that click? This ladder is designed with a thing to let you know that when you're at the last step, you're about to hit the ground. I've done that where I'm climbing down a ladder and I'm holding something or I can't see the bottom and I think I'm at the bottom, and so I go to step to think I hit the ground. There's actually 2 rungs left that I miss and you fall down to the ground. So just pay attention to where you're at. With this ladder, what's cool about it, this one is designed that you can lean it closed. This is designed to be able to do that. It has a rubber bumper here and special rubber feet so it won't kick out on you, but it's designed to be lean. That is also okay. Something else that is cool, again, this rubber bumper here, I'm going to flip it out. There's little buttons here on the side. If you had a corner of a building, sometimes it's hard to lean your corner. There's a triangle shape here on the end where you can lean this on a pole or on a corner of a building. So it allows you to get right in close on that corner. It's very handy to have. And so it's called a combination ladder because step ladder, and now you can open it up, and now it becomes an extension ladder almost, or just a straight ladder. And so this ladder, of course, you have to leave it up against something. You're going to climb up and down that way. This is awesome because you climb up and you get a nice standing platform here on the ladder. Again, you're never going to go higher than 2 rungs down, and it also has a quarter adapter here at the top. And it has nice non-slip rubber feet at the very top to keep it from marring your wall and also keep it from sliding down. Another common type of ladder is an extension ladder. And so an extension ladder are 2 straight ladders that are paired to each other, and they're on a pulley system, and they slide. So you can make this ladder right now, it is sitting at about 10 foot. You can slide it open to be a 20-foot extension ladder. And these are the ladders you're going to use to get up in really high places. I've helped move when they're really heavy when they get big, but an 80-footer. So you can go way up in the air with these things. And so they're heavy to move around. So as you're carrying them, you want to carry them in a flat position. You don't want to carry them straight up the air. It's really hard to balance it. Now when you're sliding along the wall, it's easier. You can leave it vertical. I'll show that here in a little bit. But you're going to be carrying it around in this position. Now when you're getting ready to set it up, you want to see what side has your feet on it. The feet, this is the side that's going to be facing whatever it is you're leaning against. All right, so the side of the feet is closest to the side you're leaning against, and the other one is what will extend. And so that's why you don't want the extension to get pinned up against the wall. You want to be able to extend that freely. So you're going to find your feet side, and so that's what's going to be facing the thing you're leaning up against. So in reality, when you go to tilt this thing up, you want your feet facing up. You want your feet on the top side when you go to stand it up. I'll show that here. And so you stand it up, feet are facing up, and then you just walk it up. This is easy to do. And so you saw how I walked it up, and then I positioned it after I got it up. If you do have to lean it out this way, you can lean it up against your wall and kind of slide it along your wall, or if you're going to carry it, make sure you put it straight up in the air and try to balance it. It's really hard to try to balance it at an angle, so if you're moving it, straight up in the air. You can see my feet now are on the floor. I'm on concrete, so I'm using the flat side down. These feet are designed with a part with teeth. If you're going into the ground, you tilt those up, they can go into the grass, and that'll keep you from sliding back. There's rubber on these to prevent it from sliding backwards. And so if I were to extend this, I don't have a whole lot of room. If I were to extend this and slide this up, I'll get a close-up of that in a different spot so you can see. Now we're going to look at how do we extend this ladder, or how do we make it shorter again. And so if you see, this is the mechanism that locks the ladder in the extended position. So if you see, there's this teeth. It rests on this rung and the rung behind it. So that's going to hold those rungs at the same place. You are able to slide this up if you want, and then to lower it, we'll see how we slide it back down. But to slide it up, one way is there is this pulley. You can use the rope and do it. But this ladder isn't that tall. That's really for getting into the longer ones. But an easy way to do it is you just have your feet here at the bottom, maybe put one on it to hold it in place. Slide it up, and you bring it back down, and it'll click on a rung. All right? So do one more, up, pass, and then it comes back down, and then it clicks on. So now to lower it, it might be a little bit more difficult, but so what we're going to do is we have to get that mechanism out of the way. It's designed where it'll come down. So to take it up, you had to go past the rung and back down. So now we start easy way you can just grab one and pull it back, and slide it down, and it'll get stuck. This ladder, it gets stuck, you shouldn't have to do that. What should happen, you slide it right down, it should just by itself fall down over the next rung. But again, this is another ladder, it's starting to get a little old, so you have to do that, but usually you should be able to just let it slide back down. And again, to get it locked into place, you go up past, and then it'll click. You have to check to see if it's ready to be climbed or not. And so, you want to make sure the angle is not too steep or too shallow. If the angle is too shallow, like my ladder like this, this is unsafe because the ladder is likely, there's going to be a lot of weight up there, so the ladder is likely to shoot out the back and fall down. If your ladder is too steep the other way, the ladder is too steep this way, I'm very likely the ladder is going to want to fall backwards. And so you've got to get that angle. Just right. And so the standard is for every 4 feet you're going up, you want to be 1 foot back. So it's a 4-to-1 ratio. So again, every 4 feet you're going up, going 1 foot back. But no one gets out their tape measure. There's an easy way to check this. If you put your feet, get it set, put your feet at the bottom and put your arms straight out. Your hands should, with your arms straight, should be able to sit right on the rung. And so you can see I can't touch the rung yet, so this means I'm too shallow of an angle. So I need to slide it up. Now when I stand here, I put my arms out. My hands are sitting flat on the rungs. This is an easy way, put your arms out on the rungs, easy way to get the angle just right. And now you're safe to go ahead and climb up and down. And so when you're climbing up and down one of these ladders, something you want to remember is 3 points of contact. And so that means your hands or your feet are your points of contact. So at all times you want to have 3 things of those points touching the ladder. So as you're climbing the ladder, I don't want to move my feet and my hands at the same time. So I have one, right now I have 3 points of contact. So I move my hand up, and now I'm going to move a foot. After my foot regains contact, I'm going to move my hand, and now I'll move my other foot. And then again, same thing. Now sometimes when you're working up high on a ladder, you might start to get the knee shakes. It might not, sometimes it's because you're nervous, because you're getting high, or sometimes your legs just get tired. If that starts to happen, climb off the ladder and take a break. And the easiest thing when coming down, hands on the side, and just hold on, and you're always keeping those points of contact, and then you can just walk it down. Sometimes you do have to carry something up a ladder. At all times, you should try to prevent that. Use a pulley or something to get it up to the roof. But you're going to do the 3 points of contact. If you have a tool in your hand, you can at least kind of rest your arm against and walk up.
Let's pretend our garage door is a roof line and see how the ladder is extended up past it. You never want to set your ladder right on the edge of the roof. You always want at least 3 rungs sticking up above. The rule is 3 feet, and this is to act as a handle for you to climb on and off the roof as you get on and off the ladder, right? So you want to make sure it sticks up at least 3 feet past the roof line.
So just to review the things to remember, A-frame ladders, always make sure your legs are locked into place. Be sure to not cross the step that says do not stand here. So it's always 2 down from the top. So you always want to be at least the 3rd rung or the 2nd full thing down from the top. And that's universal. All ladders, you never want to be standing on the very top because it's likely to slip and fall down. A regular A-frame ladder, you do not want to lean up against a wall. They aren't designed to do that. They are making these new ones that are like this King Combo here, which are designed to do that. So make sure it's just approved to keep you safe, because these ones are just likely to slide out from underneath you is why. When you're using an extension ladder, remember you want to set the right slope of the ladder when you're standing it up, that 4-to-1 ratio, or do the simple put your arms out and put your hands on a rung and you will be at the right angle. It's a simple test. Make sure your feet are on a good level surface so they don't slide out. And when you first climb on a ladder, a good thing, especially extension ladders, a good thing to do is just kind of go up maybe 2 rungs and wiggle back and forth and make sure it feels stable, that it's not going to slide out on you and go any directions. When you're leaning it up on the roof, make sure you're extended 3 foot past the roof line. All right, and again, that's to make a handle for you to climb on and off the ladder as you're getting onto the roof. That's about it. Follow these principles on a ladder and you'll stay safe. Always be paying attention to what you're doing and just monitor and pay attention to what the bottom beneath your ladder is. I can't stress that enough. Most ladder accidents happen because the ladder actually slides out. Someone is leaning too far to a side, or they just have it on a sloped surface where it's at an angle, or it's really muddy, or it's really slippery concrete because it's wet or something, and the ladder will slide back and then fall down. So just pay attention, follow those things, and you will stay safe working on a ladder.